High in the Himalayas, where snow-covered peaks pierce the clouds, and deep in the dense forests of the Terai, life flourishes in ways both fierce and awe-inspiring. Nepal is a land where the roar of the Bengal tiger echoes through the jungle, and the elusive snow leopard prowls the icy cliffs. From rushing rivers teeming with aquatic life to vibrant valleys brimming with unique creatures, this is nature in its rawest form. Prepare to journey through a wild and untamed world, where every corner reveals a new predator, a new mystery, and a new fight for survival. This is Nepal like you've never seen before, a land where the wild truly rules. Nestled between the towering peaks of the Himalayas and the fertile plains of the Indian subcontinent, Nepal stands as a testament to the untamed power of nature. This is a land of contrasts, where icy mountain ranges stretch into the heavens and tropical jungles teem with vibrant life. From the snow-dusted ridges of Everest to the dense forests of the Terai, Nepal's landscapes form an intricate mosaic that hosts some of the most remarkable creatures on Earth. Here, the wild truly thrives. Leopards prowl the alpine heights, their every step a dance of survival in the thin, freezing air. Deep in the jungle, the Bengal tiger moves like a shadow, an apex predator reigning over its domain. Rivers, fed by glacial melt, cascade down rugged terrains, carrying life to valleys below and sustaining countless ecosystems along the way. As we embark on this journey, you'll encounter an extraordinary blend of habitats, each brimming with stories of resilience, adaptation, and raw beauty. Nepal's wild heart beats in every corner of this captivating land, inviting us to explore its untamed spirit. Nepal's unique geography is the foundation of its breathtaking biodiversity. Spanning altitudes from just 60 meters above sea level in the southern plains to the dizzying 848-meter summit of Mount Everest, the country's climate shifts dramatically. This range creates a natural corridor of ecosystems, from steamy tropical jungles to cool temperate forests and frozen alpine tundras. Few places in the world offer such a seamless transition between climates, each supporting its own unique array of flora and fauna. The connection between Nepal's landscapes and its wildlife runs deep. Towering Himalayan peaks act as guardians of species that thrive in isolation, while the lower valleys offer a sanctuary for animals in search of warmth and sustenance. This land of extremes has also shaped the culture of its people, whose traditions are closely tied to their natural surroundings. For centuries, spirituality and reverence for nature have been woven into the fabric of Nepalese life. This connection is more than cultural. It's elemental. Here, every forest, river, and mountain carries not just life, but stories. And it's within these landscapes, steeped in mystery and majesty, that Nepal's wilderness reveals its true character. Nepal's wilderness is more than a collection of breathtaking landscapes. It is a living testament to nature's power and resilience. The towering mountains, dense forests, and rushing rivers come together to form a wild symphony, where every element plays a role in maintaining the delicate balance of life. This untamed realm is not just a backdrop, but a thriving stage for some of the most elusive and majestic creatures on the planet. From the snow-covered cliffs where the snow leopard silently hunts, to the riverbanks where gharials bask in the sun, each scene tells a story of survival and adaptation. These ecosystems are interconnected, with the icy Himalayan glaciers feeding rivers that nourish the fertile lowlands, ensuring that life thrives at every elevation. As we venture deeper into Nepal's untamed world, we're reminded of the profound harmony that exists between its landscapes and wildlife. This is a place where nature's raw power meets its fragile beauty, a wilderness that inspires awe and respect in equal measure. we'll unravel the secrets of Nepal's wild heart, starting with the giants of the Himalayas, guardians of one of the most extreme habitats on Earth. Rising above the clouds, the Himalayas command both awe and respect as one of the most formidable natural wonders on Earth. These towering peaks are home to some of the harshest conditions imaginable, where temperatures plummet, oxygen thins, and the terrain is relentlessly rugged. Yet, even in this stark environment, life finds a way to flourish. At the forefront of this adaptation is the legendary snow leopard, a symbol of strength and solitude in the high-altitude wilderness. Known as the ghost of the mountains, the snow leopard is a marvel of survival. Its dense fur, patterned like the rocky terrain, provides both camouflage and insulation. With a tail nearly as long as its body, this predator balances effortlessly on narrow ledges, leaping up to 6 times its body length to ambush prey. Barals, or blue sheep, form the primary diet of these stealthy hunters. But the snow leopard's mastery of patience and precision is what secures its place atop this icy food chain. The Himalayas, however, are not solely the snow leopard's domain. Sharing this unforgiving habitat are mountain goats, with hooves designed for gripping the craggy cliffs, and golden eagles that glide effortlessly above the peaks. These species coexist in a delicate balance, each uniquely adapted to the extreme altitude and cold. Life in the Himalayas is a story of resilience. Every creature, from the smallest pika scurrying across the rocks to the majestic snow leopard prowling the ridges, plays a role in this unforgiving ecosystem. This chapter of Nepal's wilderness reveals how nature thrives against the odds, shaping a world as mysterious as it is majestic. Among the towering peaks and icy winds of the Himalayas, the wild yak emerges as a symbol of endurance and strength. These massive herbivores are built to survive the extreme cold, with thick woolly coats that shield them from the bitter winds and temperatures that often drop below freezing. Wild yaks roam the high-altitude pastures in herds, grazing on the sparse vegetation that grow in this unforgiving terrain. Their sheer size and resilience make them vital to the Himalayan ecosystem, providing food and support for predators and scavengers alike. In the shadows of the wild yak's towering figure stands another remarkable resident of the Himalayas, the baral, or blue sheep. Despite their name, these agile climbers are neither entirely blue nor true sheep. Their unique bluish-gray coat blends perfectly with the Rocky Mountains, providing them with camouflage against predators like the snow leopard. Baharals navigate the sheer cliffs with ease, their split hooves offering grip on even the smallest ledges, a skill honed over millennia of adaptation. Above these creatures, the skies are patrolled by the golden eagle, a predator as regal as the mountains themselves. With wingspans stretching over 2 meters, these birds of prey command the air, scanning the rugged terrain below for movement. Their sharp talons and extraordinary vision allow them to hunt with unmatched precision, preying on smaller animals like marmots and young baharals. Together, these species form a complex web of life high in the Himalayas. Each creature, from the mighty yak to the soaring eagle, has evolved to master the challenges of this extreme environment, painting a vivid picture of survival and interdependence in the roof of the world. The Himalayas are not only a sanctuary for wildlife, but also a place where humans and nature coexist in delicate harmony. Among the rugged peaks and icy expanses, small mountain communities have learned to adapt to the environment, much like the wildlife they share it with. These communities rely on traditional knowledge and practices that allow them to survive the harsh conditions while respecting the natural world. Tourism has become a key factor in this interaction, particularly through trekking and wildlife safaris. Visitors from around the globe are drawn to the allure of the snow leopard or the sight of a golden eagle soaring high above the cliffs. However, this influx of attention is a double-edged sword. While it brings economic benefits to local villages, it also increases the pressure on fragile ecosystems. Balancing the need for sustainable tourism with conservation efforts is crucial to preserving the wild essence of the Himalayas. The looming threat of climate change further complicates this balance. Melting glaciers, shifting weather patterns, and the gradual loss of habitat have begun to reshape this once pristine environment. For creatures like the snow leopard, whose existence depends on the stability of this ecosystem, the stakes couldn't be higher. Conservation organizations and local communities are working together to monitor these changes and develop strategies to protect both the wildlife and the livelihoods of those who call the mountains home. The story of the Himalayas is one of resilience, of species, landscapes, and cultures that endure against all odds. As we leave these towering giants behind, our journey takes us downward into the lush forests of the Terai, where a vastly different but equally fascinating ecosystem awaits. As the towering peaks of the Himalayas fade into the distance, the landscape undergoes a stunning transformation. The rocky slopes and icy expanses give way to the lush, tropical lowlands of the Terai. Stretching across Nepal's southern border, this region is a vibrant haven of biodiversity, with dense forests and sprawling grasslands thriving under a humid, subtropical climate. The shift is dramatic. The crisp, cold air of the mountains is replaced by the thick humidity of the jungle, where life pulsates in every corner. The Terai's forests are dominated by the towering sal trees, their dense canopy creating a green labyrinth that provides shelter to countless species. Among these, the one-horned rhinoceros stands out as a symbol of ancient strength. With its thick armor-like hide and immense size, this prehistoric-looking creature moves deliberately through the tall grasses and along the riverbanks. Despite its formidable appearance, the rhino is surprisingly gentle, spending its days grazing on vegetation and cooling off in muddy pools. Sharing this domain is the Bengal tiger, an apex predator as elusive as it is majestic. Its fiery orange coat, streaked with bold black stripes, allows it to blend seamlessly into the forest shadows. The tiger's every movement is deliberate and silent, its eyes fixed on prey as it stalks through the dense undergrowth. A single leap can bring down animals much larger than itself, securing its place as the undisputed ruler of the jungle. The Terai's lush ecosystem is as vital as it is vibrant. Its forests act as natural carbon sinks, absorbing vast amounts of carbon dioxide while releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. Rivers weave through the landscape, sustaining not only the wildlife, but also the human communities that depend on them. Together, these elements form a delicate, thriving balance, a testament to nature's ability to adapt and flourish. Deep within the Terai's dense forests lies a world teeming with life, where some of Nepal's most iconic species thrive. The forest canopy above teems with life as well. Langur monkeys swing between branches, their loud calls echoing through the trees, while colorful hornbills flit from perch to perch. Below, the forest floor bustles with smaller creatures like pangolins and monitor lizards, each playing its role in this intricate web of life. Every corner of the Terai is alive with movement and sound, a testament to the delicate balance that sustains its inhabitants. The lush expanse of the Terai forest is more than a haven for iconic species. It is an ecosystem intricately woven with the lives of its human inhabitants. For generations, the indigenous Tharu people have lived in harmony with these forests, developing a deep understanding of its rhythms and resources. Their traditional knowledge has allowed them to farm, fish, and gather sustainably, ensuring that the delicate balance of the Terai remains intact. However, this harmony faces increasing challenges. The expansion of agriculture and human settlements has led to habitat loss, pushing the forest's wildlife into smaller, and more fragmented areas. This encroachment often results in human-wildlife conflict, as animals venture closer to villages in search of food. Tigers and leopards, though elusive by nature, are occasionally spotted near livestock, while rhinos can damage crops in their search for grazing land. Despite these tensions, local communities are finding ways to coexist with the forest's creatures, aided by conservation initiatives that encourage sustainable practices. The Terai is also under threat from deforestation and climate change. Large-scale logging has stripped away portions of the forest, while rising temperatures and erratic weather patterns have begun to alter its ecosystems. Rivers, the lifeblood of the Terai, are increasingly vulnerable to pollution and water mismanagement, threatening both the wildlife and people who rely on them. Despite these challenges, hope remains. Efforts to conserve the Terai are gaining momentum, with programs focused on reforestation, wildlife corridors, and community-led protection initiatives. Organizations are working hand-in-hand with local populations, combining modern conservation strategies with traditional knowledge. The forest, though fragile, continues to endure, offering a glimpse of nature's resilience. As we leave the lush Terai behind, our journey flows into the rivers that crisscross this remarkable land, uncovering the secrets of Nepal's waterways and the life they sustain. The rivers of Nepal carve their way through some of the most dramatic landscapes on Earth, flowing from the icy peaks of the Himalayas to the fertile lowlands of the Terai. These waterways, fed by glacial melt and monsoon rains, serve as lifelines for the country's ecosystems. As they cascade down steep gorges and meander through lush valleys, they bring life to both the creatures that inhabit them and the lands they nourish. Among the most intriguing inhabitants of Nepal's rivers is the Indian smooth-coated otter. Playful and highly intelligent, these sleek mammals are perfectly adapted to life in the water. Their webbed feet and powerful tails allow them to navigate swiftly through the currents as they hunt for fish, crustaceans, and mollusks. Often seen in family groups, otters are not only indicators of a healthy river system, but also fascinating to observe as they glide effortlessly through their aquatic world. Sharing the rivers is the mahseer, a golden-hued fish, revered both for its beauty and its strength. This species is not just an ecological marvel, but a cultural icon, deeply respected by local communities. Known as the tiger of the river, the mahseer's size and agility make it a prized catch for anglers. Yet it also plays a crucial role in maintaining the ecological balance of Nepal's freshwater systems, feeding on algae and smaller aquatic organisms. The rivers themselves are more than just habitats. They are lifeblood. They sustain agriculture, provide drinking water, and serve as cultural symbols in Nepalese traditions. From the thundering rapids of the Trishuli to the calm waters of the Narayani, each river tells a story of resilience and interconnectedness, supporting life at every turn. Nepal's rivers are not only vital lifelines, but also bustling ecosystems, hosting a wide array of creatures that depend on their waters for survival. Among these, the gharial stands out as one of the most unique and critically endangered species. With its long, slender snout, lined with razor-sharp teeth, this fish-eating crocodile is perfectly adapted to the swift currents of Nepal's rivers. Found primarily in the Narayani and Rapti rivers, the gharial spends its days basking on sandy banks and gliding through the waters, its distinctive snout slicing effortlessly through the surface. Though fearsome in appearance, the gharial poses no threat to humans, feeding exclusively on fish. However, its very existence hangs by a thread due to habitat loss and declining fish populations. Conservation programs in Nepal have made significant strides in protecting this ancient reptile, including breeding centers and river habitat restoration efforts. But its future remains uncertain. Beneath the surface of Nepal's rivers, the aquatic life is equally remarkable. Schools of fish, from tiny minnows to the majestic mahseer, move in synchronized harmony, their shimmering scales reflecting the sunlight filtering through the water. These fish are not only key players in the aquatic food web, but also essential to the health of river ecosystems, feeding on algae and controlling insect populations. Above the water, riverbanks bustle with activity. Birds such as kingfishers and herons can be seen swooping down to catch fish, while otters dart in and out of view, their playful antics adding a sense of vibrancy to the scene. The interconnectedness of these species creates a dynamic ecosystem where each creature, from the smallest fish to the apex predator, plays a vital role. Nepal's rivers, though teeming with life, face mounting challenges that threaten their delicate ecosystems. Pollution is one of the most pressing issues, with waste from expanding urban centers and agricultural runoff entering the waterways. Plastics, chemicals, and untreated sewage disrupt the fragile balance, harming fish populations and the creatures that depend on them. For species like the gharial and the smooth-coated otter, these pollutants pose an immediate danger to their survival, as they degrade water quality and diminish food sources. Another growing concern is the construction of dams and hydropower projects. While these developments play a crucial role in providing energy for Nepal's growing population, they also disrupt the natural flow of rivers, fragmenting habitats and blocking migratory routes for fish like the mahseer. The altered flow patterns can lead to erosion, reduced sediment deposition, and changes in the riverine ecosystem, with far-reaching effects on both wildlife and local communities. Climate change adds yet another layer of complexity. Glaciers in the Himalayas, the source of Nepal's rivers, are melting at an accelerated rate due to rising global temperatures. This results in unpredictable water levels. Rivers swell dangerously during heavy rains and dwindle to alarming lows in the dry season. Such fluctuations destabilize aquatic habitats, affecting the creatures that have evolved to thrive within a consistent environment. Despite these challenges, efforts to protect Nepal's rivers are gaining momentum. Local communities, conservationists, and government programs are working together to clean up polluted waterways and establish protected zones for endangered species. Educational initiatives are also encouraging sustainable practices, emphasizing the importance of preserving these vital lifelines. Nepal's diverse ecosystems are home to a variety of rare and endangered species, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. These unique animals have adapted to the country's extreme landscapes, from the icy peaks of the Himalayas to the humid forests of the Terai. However, their rarity often stems from a fragile balance in their habitats, making them particularly vulnerable. One of Nepal's most fascinating residents is the Indian pangolin, a nocturnal creature covered in tough, overlapping scales. This shy and elusive mammal feeds primarily on ants and termites, using its powerful claws to dig into mounds. Despite its armored appearance, the pangolin faces significant threats due to poaching and illegal trafficking. Revered in traditional medicine and valued for its scales, it has become one of the most trafficked mammals in the world. Equally remarkable is the giant soft-shell turtle, a species that inhabits the rivers and wetlands of Nepal. Known for its flattened, leathery shell and snorkel-like snout, this aquatic reptile plays a vital role in maintaining the health of freshwater ecosystems. By feeding on fish and organic matter, it helps regulate aquatic populations and recycle nutrients. Unfortunately, habitat destruction and water pollution have severely reduced its numbers, making it a critically endangered species. These rare creatures not only highlight Nepal's incredible biodiversity, but also underscore the urgent need for conservation efforts. As we delve deeper into their struggles, the interconnectedness of their survival with the preservation of Nepal's ecosystems becomes clear. Protecting these species means protecting the very habitats that sustain them. The decline of Nepal's rare and endangered species can be traced to several interwoven threats. Habitat loss is one of the most significant factors as human populations expand into previously untouched areas. Forests are cleared for agriculture, urban development, and infrastructure, leaving species like the pangolin and the giant soft-shell turtle without the shelter and resources they depend on for survival. Illegal hunting and poaching further endanger these animals. The pangolin, for instance, is heavily targeted for its scales and meat, while the giant soft-shell turtle faces risks from hunting and unregulated fishing practices. These activities not only deplete populations, but also disrupt the ecosystems where these species play vital roles. Despite these challenges, there have been remarkable conservation successes in Nepal. Community-led efforts have seen a resurgence in certain populations, including the establishment of protected areas and wildlife corridors. Programs like the Pangolin Conservation Project work tirelessly to monitor habitats, educate local communities, and curb illegal trafficking. Similarly, initiatives aimed at restoring river habitats have provided safe havens for the giant soft-shell turtle, offering hope for its survival. These stories of recovery prove that with coordinated efforts, even the most threatened species can make a comeback, preserving Nepal's rich biodiversity for future generations. Zoos and sanctuaries play a crucial role in the fight to save Nepal's rare and endangered species. These facilities act as safe havens for animals that face threats in the wild, providing a controlled environment where they can be protected from poaching, habitat loss, and environmental changes. They also serve as centers for breeding programs, ensuring the survival of species like the Indian pangolin and the giant soft-shell turtle. Breeding programs are particularly vital for species with critically low populations. By carefully monitoring genetic diversity, zoos can produce offspring that are later reintroduced into the wild. Sanctuaries, meanwhile, offer rescued animals a chance to recover and thrive, often working alongside conservationists to restore habitats and prepare species for life outside captivity. Global conservation initiatives have amplified these efforts, connecting local projects to international networks. Collaborative programs bring funding, expertise, and technology to Nepal, strengthening efforts to protect its unique wildlife. Additionally, public awareness campaigns run by zoos and sanctuaries inspire action, educating visitors on the importance of preserving biodiversity and supporting conservation. In Nepal, monasteries are more than sacred spaces. They are guardians of the land, deeply rooted in cultural and spiritual traditions that emphasize harmony with nature. Nestled within lush forests or perched on mountainsides, these spiritual centers reflect the Buddhist and Hindu philosophies that permeate Nepalese life. Both religions share a reverence for all living beings, promoting the belief that humans are caretakers of the natural world rather than its conquerors. Buddhist teachings in particular advocate for compassion toward animals and the preservation of the environment as an act of spiritual duty. Monasteries often maintain gardens and forests as sanctuaries for wildlife, blending spiritual practice with ecological stewardship. Similarly, Hindu traditions uphold the sacredness of rivers, forests, and mountains, viewing them as manifestations of divine power. This connection fosters a sense of responsibility among devotees to protect these natural elements. Monks and religious leaders often play an active role in conservation efforts, using their influence to raise awareness about environmental issues. They serve as educators, teaching local communities and visitors about the importance of preserving biodiversity. Through their teachings, monasteries act as a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern conservation, reminding us that the natural world is both sacred and essential to our survival. Across Nepal, local communities play an integral role in preserving the country's rich biodiversity. By combining centuries-old traditions with innovative approaches, these rural populations have developed sustainable practices that protect habitats while supporting their livelihoods. From managing forest resources to maintaining wildlife corridors, these community-led projects demonstrate the power of grassroots conservation efforts. One notable example is Nepal's community forestry program, where villagers take collective responsibility for managing and protecting nearby forests. These initiatives empower local people to sustainably harvest resources like firewood and medicinal plants while ensuring the ecosystem remains intact. This balance between usage and preservation has not only reduced deforestation, but also restored degraded landscapes, providing a safe haven for wildlife. In the Terai region, communities work alongside conservationists to protect species like the Bengal tiger and one-horned rhinoceros. Traditional knowledge about animal behavior and seasonal patterns is combined with modern tools like camera traps and GPS tracking to monitor wildlife and reduce human-animal conflicts. These efforts highlight how the integration of old and new can lead to effective conservation. By uniting tradition and innovation, Nepalese communities have become custodians of their natural heritage, ensuring that their forests, rivers, and wildlife continue to thrive for generations to come. Tourism plays a pivotal role in Nepal's conservation efforts, offering a unique opportunity for travelers to contribute to sustainable practices. Many monasteries and rural communities have embraced ecotourism, where visitors can experience the natural beauty of Nepal while directly supporting local conservation initiatives. These programs often include guided treks through protected areas, wildlife observation tours, and stays in eco-friendly lodges managed by local families. Tourists are encouraged to adopt low-impact behaviors, such as minimizing waste and respecting wildlife. By participating in these activities, visitors not only enjoy Nepal's breathtaking biodiversity, but also contribute to the preservation of its natural habitats. For instance, entrance fees to national parks and reserves fund conservation projects, including anti-poaching patrols and habitat restoration. Global partnerships further amplify these efforts, connecting local initiatives with international organizations that provide funding, expertise, and advocacy. Collaborative projects have resulted in significant achievements, such as increasing tiger populations in protected areas and restoring degraded forest corridors. This fusion of tourism, local action, and global support demonstrates the power of collective effort. By engaging with Nepal's conservation practices, travelers not only create unforgettable memories, but also become part of a larger movement to protect the planet's most precious resources. Nepal's natural beauty is a treasure unlike any other. From the towering Himalayas to the lush Terai forests, this land is a sanctuary for some of the world's most unique and endangered species. The snow leopard, Bengal tiger, and one-horned rhinoceros are just a few of the remarkable creatures that thrive in these diverse ecosystems. Yet, their survival is not guaranteed. Challenges such as habitat loss, climate change, and human-wildlife conflicts threaten the delicate balance of life that makes Nepal so extraordinary. This wild heritage is not only a gift to the people of Nepal, but to the entire planet. It reminds us of the interconnectedness of all life and the vital role each species plays in maintaining our shared environment. Protecting Nepal's wilderness isn't just about saving animals or landscapes. It's about preserving the essence of what makes our world truly wild. The preservation of Nepal's natural wonders requires a unified effort, blending local action with international support. Communities living alongside Nepal's forests and rivers play a pivotal role in conservation, drawing on traditional knowledge and sustainable practices to protect their environment. Their contributions, though localized, ripple outward, influencing ecosystems far beyond their borders. Small, thoughtful actions can have significant impacts. Planting trees, reducing plastic waste, and supporting ecotourism initiatives all contribute to a healthier planet. For instance, community-led forestry programs in Nepal have not only revitalized degraded lands, but also provided safe havens for endangered species like the giant softshell turtle and the pangolin. On a global scale, partnerships between Nepalese conservationists and international organizations amplify these efforts. Funding, technology, and shared expertise help monitor species, restore habitats, and inspire environmental stewardship. Together, these collective actions demonstrate that protecting Nepal's wild heritage is a responsibility we all share. Nepal's wilderness is a gift to all of humanity, and its preservation begins with awareness. By learning about its unique ecosystems and visiting the country responsibly, travelers can play a part in safeguarding this natural treasure. Supporting local conservation projects, choosing eco-friendly tourism options, and spreading the message of sustainability are simple yet impactful ways to contribute. Together, we have the power to protect Nepal's wild beauty for generations to come. Let this be a call to action, a reminder that the responsibility to preserve our planet's wonders lies with each of us. The future of the wild starts today.